Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Man, I feel like Caitlin Clark is still shooting threes on LSU. Man, when I tell you she was giving my LSU Tigers the business, dropped 41 on them.
Man, I think she throw up 23 pointers? I forgot how many she made, but she made a lot of them.
Oh yeah, she made well, yeah, she made a lot. Well, yeah, she was lighting them up from start to finish. I think the game was tied at halftime. It was tied like 41-41, but eventually she really turned it on. She was 9 of 20 from 3, and she had 12 assists, 7 rebounds. She almost had a damn triple double with 41 points.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And old girl Reese, she played her heart out, but
she did.
I wonder if it'll be any different if she didn't hurt her ankle.
Right.
How much that kind of affected her to the game. I mean, she still had 20 rebounds.
Right. Yeah,
which it was, you know.
Yeah, she was cleaning up the boards. I give her that. She was putting in work. Her and Morrow were on the board. She had 20 rebounds. Morrow had 14. So I mean, LSU's big. That's their game. But I honestly thought their guards failed. Their guards didn't play well at all, man.
I mean,
Van Lith,
what does Flage play? She don't play.
Yeah, no, she's a guard. She was 10 of 18 shooting, but 1 for 6 from 3, and they were giving them the 3. And Van Lith wasn't playing well at all. She was bad offensively and bad defensively on Caitlin Clark. Caitlin Clark was lighting her up, and Van Lith was the big signing, the big transfer from Louisville to LSU. So they had big plans for her, and she just didn't play well, man.
Yeah, man. I will say the game lived up to the hype. It was exciting. Stay close until Iowa started pulling away slowly in the second half. And Caitlin Clark is as advertised.
Yes, sir.
She be stroking them threes, man. The step back, she got the step back 3. I think that on the other side of the ball, Flage Johnson might have become the star. She might have made herself into like a little mini superstar of that team, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because there were some plays in there she was making that were like, oh yeah, if she develops her game, she's gonna be nice. I mean, she was doing the spin move in the paint and throwing with the layup.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the problem is she got into foul trouble.
Yeah.
So she, and then eventually they had to take her off Clark, and then when it allowed, they put her back on, and she was able to slow it down. But when she would pick up those fouls, they had to take her off and put Van Lith on her, and so that changed. That I think that's part of what changed the game, and that's part of what was the difference with this LSU's team from last year's team. Last year's team had Alex Morris, who she was kind of like Johnson. She played great offense and great defense. But they just didn't have the right, the really good guard play. They're cleaning up the boards, but no guard play, man. That did them in.
Yeah, I mean, I just really feel like it was just too much Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
She was just scoring so many points, and anytime the LSU missed, she would come back down and they would get a bucket. And I hate to put it that simplified, but
no, that's really it. That's exactly what it was.
It couldn't keep up with the scoring.
Right. She was always in attack mode too. Like she had some long passes for easy layups. She was setting her teammates up when she was getting double teamed. She would pass the ball behind her back or between two defenders and give their teammates an easy layup. So, I mean, it was purely all Caitlin Clark, man. I mean, that's a superstar out there. And I'm going to say this again. I told you this before when we talk women's basketball. WNBA, if you're listening, this is your chance. This is your Bird Magic moment. I keep telling people, prior to Bird and Magic, the NBA Finals was on tape delay. Ain't nobody was watching it.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Now, it's not to say that the WNBA will be as big as the NBA. The NBA got damn near 100 years over the WNBA, right? And besides, the men, they can dunk, which is a big thing that excites people. So I don't think
the whole physicality of
yeah,
the NBA versus WNBA,
right.
You know,
So any comparison between the two, no, I'm not even saying that. It's not even on the same level. But the WNBA has an opportunity to finally start making revenue, positive revenue. This league has been in the negative since its existence. The NBA subsidizes it. So this is their opportunity to capitalize on stars coming out of college basketball that already has the media hype, that already has the following, that they can capitalize on and make this league profitable. I believe that.
Man, to be honest with you, I just don't think it's enough yet. It's just not enough. Because see, they don't get the reason why they can't be profitable is because they don't get the TV, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what you're saying, make it more popular so more people watch. You know what I'm saying? Then they could get the TV money. But they don't have enough outside of them to sustain the league, like the watching. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody, they'll watch when they play each other.
Yeah.
You know, they can hype that up.
What you can hype
But
up? You can hype up Caitlin Clark when she comes to town. I mean, that's what was happening this year in women's basketball. The arenas that she played in sold out. People came to see her. Look, I know everybody want to say that they're fans of players. Look, I can tell anybody. My wife is a fan of LeBron James. Whatever team he's on, she likes that team when he's on it. When he leaves that team and go to another team, she's a fan of the other team. That's how basketball fans are. They go where the players go.
Yeah, I agree. But the WNBA don't have enough. Now, if we remember, there were some other college stars that came out. You know what I'm saying? We had one that was actually even in the dunk contest, the college dunk contest.
You talking about Candace Parker?
Candace Parker. Yeah. Right? They tried to hype her up that same way. But see, it couldn't carry over. It couldn't carry over into the WNBA because number one, like she don't have that rival. She didn't have that rival.
She didn't have a rival.
And to go to. But the game of the WNBA it's still just it's so far off. Like when it gets bad, it gets really, really bad.
Yeah,
and
but
you can't watch that one star. You got to be able to watch other people in the league. No league would just survive with just one star.
Candace Parker did not have the same following as Caitlin Clark has right now. Like
no, not right now because it's later. I mean, it's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later. I mean, we were talking about a long time later. So female college basketball is greater than it was back then. Period.
Right. Period. But I'm saying the following that this young woman has coming out of college is what I'm saying. The WNBA can capitalize on. You market her. Don't market the teams anymore. Nobody. The NBA showed you this. They don't market teams. They market players. Right. You market her. She is your new face of the league. You put on the cover of every damn thing. Put on Slam magazine or whatever. Remember all the daggone magazines that used to be out, the basketball magazines? Put on that next superstar, all this hype like they did with LeBron James when they shoved him down our throat when he first came out telling us he was the one. You do that. It's all marketing, dude. And she may not even be that damn good in the WNBA. Just market it. Sell it.
You can have her be as marketable as you want to. The game still has to be watchable. Regardless. I know you're saying, I understand what you're saying. Just market her saying, Caitlin.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, the reason why the WNBA does not survive or does not thrive right now is because the game is not watchable
Right.
on across the board. It's not watchable, right? Because you got to have people in there when she's not playing. You got to have something else because she's not going to play every day.
Right.
You know, she can't get the ratings all by herself. So,
but didn't we see this movie before? When it was only like 3-4 teams in the NBA that people wanted to see? The 76ers, Boston Celtics, Lakers. They were the 3 teams that was going back and forth to the finals in the early 80s.
Yeah. And NBA still really isn't watchable. People still complain about watching the regular season in NBA.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. In basketball, what sells are players. The what was the ABA? Only thing kept the ABA alive was Dr. J. People only went to see Dr. J. And in fact, they sold him to the New Jersey Nets to try to help pump up the ABA because he was playing in Virginia. And it wasn't getting a big enough crowd, so they sent him to New Jersey. It wasn't New Jersey or New York, New Jersey, to put him on a bigger stage to sell him more. I mean, I'm just saying that's just how basketball works. There's a bunch of teams out there that's unwatchable because they don't have a star.
Yeah, but see, you could watch the play. There still was dunks happening everywhere, having other places. Other people still doing amazing passes. You know, they may not have been a superstar, but they still had to play. Like the play was still watchable. You still can watch it.
Do
That's
you
the
watch the
part.
Wizards?
Yeah. Huh?
Do you watch the Wizards?
Well, when I got money on it, I do.
They ain't watchable.
Well, not now, especially not now. But you
Man,
mean the Wizards are like the bottom of the barrel. I mean, I'm
they
talking about
are. They
I'm
are.
talking about across the board.
Oh, okay,
That's
yeah.
all the way on one side. I'm
Yeah,
talking about right in the middle. Like
yeah.
what's watchable? Like what are
Right.
you watching like on the regular? Like, can you watch 2 average teams in the NBA play? And the regular season, I say yes, you can.
Yeah,
You know,
right.
not if there's like a playoff football game on or something like that, but you could watch 2 average teams in the NBA close game and say, I want to see who wins that game. Right?
Right.
They back. WNBA,
No. It ain't no and. It's no. You
just
wouldn't watch 2 average
to
teams.
watch it.
Yeah, you
Exactly.
wouldn't even go if they're giving you free tickets.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely not. I mean, it would have to be a Sunday or a Saturday. We're not doing anything. Like absolutely nothing. You
Right.
know? They don't need to have more than just 2 stars to
Right.
do that. Like, you need at least I think you need at least about 5.
No, I don't disagree with that, but you got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
start
I mean,
somewhere,
they gonna do it.
and I keep stressing this is their big chance. This is probably their only chance because I don't think they're gonna ever get this much media attention. Like we're saying, men are saying, I'm more interested in the women's game than the men's game right now. We don't even we kind of know some of the stars, but we ain't really that interested in to see them play. We were all
I mean,
hyping to see
the show,
LSU versus Iowa.
right. We just opened the show with women's basketball.
With women's basketball, right? Come on, man.
So
And
yeah, I mean that hype, like you said, is there, and especially because in men's college basketball, you don't get a chance to have that rivalry because your
right,
superstars don't stay long enough.
they don't stay. Right.
You know,
Like you had LSU versus Iowa last year, and then you get a rematch this year with the 2 top players going at it again. You get you get the big ratings number 12.3 million viewers watched the game. I think it was like 11 something last year, so it grew even more. The hype is there.
Yeah,
Capitalize.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
I actually, for that one game, that one female college game, I said, I'm pinning that one. That one I'm watching. I'm making sure that I'm around, got my schedule clear.
Right. You're planning your day around that game, right? How often do you do that?
Around that game. Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially on the female basketball joint. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know? But it
did
live up to the hype, though.
Yeah, and it definitely lived up to the hype. It was a tight game. It was a tight game. Even when it got towards the end, it was still a little tight. I mean, Caitlin Clark was showing out. She was showing out. She's a star. I can't hate on it.
Yes, she was.
I was a little disappointed in the following game, USC and UConn, because I was really excited to see Juju Watkins for the first time. Right, they've been hyping her up.
Yeah.
She's putting up points. Outdoing Caitlin Clark when she was a freshman, scoring more points than her. So didn't have a good game. Wasn't a good showing. Still a good game between UConn and USC, but we didn't really see that star power. We didn't see the two outstanding players stand out like we did with LSU and Iowa, right? And that's what you want to see. You want to see your superstars stand out and make plays and carry their team. That's what basketball is about.
Right, right. And in South Carolina, they are actually like a team,
Right.
big thugs.
They're bullies. They're straight
They're
bullies.
bullies.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
big bullies on that team. So yeah, South Carolina got the biggest players. They got the most physical players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's like, especially the way they handle LSU in that title game, in the championship game, man. Um,
Yeah, they punked them.
they really did punk them. They really did punk them.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see this matchup as far as it looks like it's going to be Iowa and South Carolina. I mean, that's what it looks like right now. I mean, that's what I think everybody wants to see.
Is that what it is? I thought it was UConn. Let me see.
UConn and South Carolina playing, right?
Hang on, let me check it out.
Because aren't they in the Final Four now?
Yeah, it's the I forget how the brackets worked out.
It was like Iowa had to go through the ruckus to get there.
Okay, no, you're right.
LSU.
You're right. It's UConn and Iowa, and
Mhm.
there's NC State versus South Carolina.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah,
So
South Carolina's gonna be the championship.
So that's what people were kind of like saying, like, okay, South Carolina's supposed to be the greatest team, right? They're supposed to be the strongest team, the number one ranked team, whatever, right?
Yeah,
But they got they had the easy path to get to
they
the
did.
championship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
LSU had to play Iowa. Iowa had to play LSU. Then whoever won that game would have the pleasure of playing UConn, which is another tough game.
Right. Or if USC had one, they would have to play USC because USC got the best freshman out there. So yeah. No, it was a hard road for Iowa. It is a hard road. I mean, because UConn ain't no joke.
Absolutely.
So,
But it's like South Carolina is just, I don't say they cruising because they did have a tough game. They almost lost the game, actually. But I mean, one of the early games, it was like a 52-point margin or something, man. It was something crazy like that. Now they didn't cover. It was 53 and a half. But they only won by 50.
Damn. Bums.
Yeah. So you can still have spreads like that in college basketball. That's another thing. The parity in the league. You know what I'm saying? They still have like 30-point spreads.
Right.
And 27-point spreads.
Especially in women's basketball.
And that's what I'm talking about, women's basketball. You know, in men's college basketball, you don't usually see no 27-point spread.
No. Because I mean, it's a little bit more parity, and thanks to players leaving early, like the big stars leaving early, that leads to a lot of parity. Thanks for joining us again. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.
Holla.